Hello and welcome everybody on this beautiful Monday evening. We will go racing again for the fourth time and on the BSRF Belgian F4 Championship sponsored by Auriga Racing. We've had some exciting rounds at Spa-Francorchamps, at Laguna Seca and at Interlagos. Now for the fourth round we will go to Fuji. There's been some super exciting battles in the previous rounds, especially as well on the previous round at Interlagos, a very fast-paced circuit with some big straight and some opportunities to overtake, and that's what we witnessed. Before we go over to the qualifying session, let's have a quick and brief look on the championship standings. Top 4 has not changed much. Rumbo Bars still in the lead with 267 points, followed by Stefan van der Smissen and Julien Masson, race 1 winner at Interlagos. Next up is Bastien van Rijkegem, Loris de Vlieger and Julien Agneses jumping 6 places from 12th to 6th. Christian Collin in 7th. Followed by Donovan Oyoa, Nicolas Gabriels, and finally in the top 10, Nathaniel Stingelhammer. Another big winner in the previous round, Serge Dundas, rising 5 places from P16 to P11 in the championship standings, followed by Anthony François, Christophe Deleke, Florent Hendricks, and in 15th place, Fabrice Dutrieux. Further down the line, we have Johan de Gent, Tim Simon, Jan Thijssen, Nicolas Cordisco en Julien van Leeuwen. Laurent Tricot in 21st, followed by Liber, Lodzi, Veltes and Brent van der Steen. 26th is Andy Schommers, followed by Christophe Stallard, Giet Naga, Eric Loire and Dante Oliva. And then finally Julien Bodden, Mathieu Hustin, Yves Ponchelet, Pierre Sergeef and Harry den Donker. Unfortunately, I am alone again tonight, but that will not say I won't entertain you. I'll do my best as much as I can. Feel free to let me know what you think of the race in the chat, maybe who you're supporting for. Well, lots of support for that for David Lodzi last time. Let's see if those people are watching again. Currently, Julien Masson in pole position, followed by De Vlieger and Van der Smissen. Last time at Interlagos, it was a very dominant first race for Julien Masson, starting from pole position and taking the win by 6 seconds in front of Laurens De Vlieger and Stefan van der Smissen, who came in third. In the second heat, there was much more battles going on. There was a three-way battle between Bobaerts, van der Smissen and Agneses, followed closely by the others, but it was very much worth watching. The concept for tonight is 2 heats of 20 minutes racing in the AM class. Then we will switch broadcasts to the Pro class, to the Pro Championship, and then we'll see 2 more 20-minute races as well. 8 more minutes on the clock for the drivers to set down their fastest lap time. Masson still in the lead by 1/10 of a second. That's Van der Smissen, also 1/10 between Van der Smissen and De Vlieger. Times are pretty close, seems like we'll have a good pack at the front and then maybe some battles for P8, P9 as well. I think there's going to be some exciting racing. 23 drivers on the grid as of now. Let's have a look. Rune Bobaerts currently in 11th place. with a 1:43.3. Let's see if he can put down a faster time than that. Currently the leader in the championship, if you count the drop rounds as well. Both by points and the drop rounds. Some positions do tend to change because of the drop rounds. Julien Masson in second and Stefan van der Smisse in third, with the drop rounds included. Laurent Tricot just put on a 1:43.2, putting himself in P11 in front of Rune Bobaars. But not for long, because Rune Bobaars just did a 1:42.8. That's good for a top 5 position. 6 more minutes on the clock. 3 more laps should be doable. Let's see what these guys can do. Johan de Gent, P8. Let's see if he does something faster. Get a 1:42.9. Christian Collin from Seymour Academy. Fuji has a very long straight on the start finish. It's a 4.5 kilometer circuit, so not the biggest one. And, I'm curious about the overtaking points throughout this track. If you raced on it before, let me know in the chat and let me know what you think about it. Julien Masson improving his time with a 1:41.9. That's the fastest time on the board. A little bit too wide there for Collin, I think. Of drivers from Auriga Racing in the league. Let's have a look at them. I think I can count at least 6 in the AMs, maybe 7, and probably even more in the Pro Championship. Hendricks getting out of the pit lane, setting himself up to do just one more fast lap after his out lap. He's currently in the 4th position, gets one more chance to take a spot on the front row. If not, he'll start next to Laurens de Vlieger. Van der Smissen and de Vlieger in pit lane, so I don't think they will be getting out again. Lots of understeer. Let's not forget, everyone, there is a chance of rain throughout this race. There could be some scattered showers. Not sure of that, of course. You can never be too sure of the weather. But if there's a chance, This could be a potential strategic play. 2 more minutes left in qualifying. Masson in pole position still. Let's see if he can put down a faster time. No, I think he's giving up. He didn't have enough pace anymore. Oh, there is some rain starting. I must have jinxed it. Just as I said it, I don't think we are going to see any more faster times. We'll have to wait and see if anyone can still cross the finish line in time, but I don't think we will. Bobard still on track. Bobard's currently at a 142.8 and he does a 143.2, so that's not enough. 1 minute 10 seconds. Oh, can hear somebody going off track. That's the Auriga Racing number 42, Anthony François. "30 seconds left. Fabrice Dutrieux, is he going to improve his time? Oh, just missed out on it by 0.2. Ed van der Steen currently P21st. He does he do better? Oh, also misses out by 500ths of a second to improve his time. And that's the end of the session. That means we can go and have a look on the grid. In just a second, there it is. Julien Masson and Stefan van der Smissen on the front row. Behind them is De Vlieger and Hendricks. Next up, Bobbaerts and Dundas. Row 4, Agnesis and De Gent. Row 5, Ponchelet and Van Rijkegem. Tricot and Schommers. Wait, did I miss someone? Yeah, I missed Stingelhammer and Oyoa. Sorry about that. Then next up, Tricot and Schommers, followed by Dutrieux and Cordisco. Then David Lodzi, Anthony François, followed by Colin, Thijssen, Van der Steen, Van Leeuwen, and finally Tim Simon. Still waiting on a couple of drivers. Let's have a quick look at the weather on the right. It is still cloudy. There's an 83% chance of rain, or is it 83% humidity? I think it's the 83% humidity. But I think that means there is still some rain possible. "20 minutes racing at Fuji in the BSRF F4 Championship, sponsored by Auriga Racing. 15 more seconds left. Only Julien Van Leeuwen left to join us on the grid. Seconds. Yep, there he is. I thought for a second he would start from the pit lane, but he does not. That's a better thing if he wants to get some points. The lights are going on. Engines starting to rev. And that's a green flag. 20 minutes of racing at Fuji. Let's go. Masson and Van der Smissen on the front row. Good start by Van der Smissen. Immediately going for the inside of the corner. Might be having a good opportunity to overtake Masson, but Masson is strong on the outside there. Goes all the way to the other side of the track. Does have the advantage, but the rain starts coming down already. Masson in the front. Oh, there's an incident happening. There is some Auriga cars having a spin, crashing. We'll have to check on that later. First, we go back to the battle in front. Masson, Van der Smisse, De Vlieger, and then it's Bobbaars. Bobbaars gaining a position on Hendricks. There they go, side by side. Oh, that's a little bit of grass on the wheels. That's 91, that's Florent Hendricks. Followed by Van Rijkegem. 3 wide. And they go through quite safely. No contact whatsoever. There they go 3 wide again. Oh, and that is a contact. I did jinx it a bit. Let's see. Oh, those are teammates. Don't touch each other, man. Everybody needs to settle down a bit. It is raining, so it could be quite sketchy on those slick tires if they chose them. Let's see what tire choice they went for. Everyone on wet tires except Julien Vallejo. Now they just need to make sure the tires are getting hot. Masson, Van der Smisse, De Vlieger. Top 3 still in the same spot. Half a second is the gap between Masson and Van der Smisse. And we have Den Das. Oh, that's late on the brakes. Some more contact between, was it Bobbaars and Den Das? I'm not sure. Or best. Yves Ponchelet, P4. Started from P9, gaining 5 positions early on in the race. Barely 3 minutes into the race. The battle continues. Den Das, Van Rijkegem, and Bobbaars. Also Donovan Hoya joining. He'll have to watch out not to give up the position on the inside. That could be good news for Florent Hendricks. There they go. Again, on the start-finish straight, side by side. This is Den Das and Van Rijkegem. Den Das on the inside. Also the other side. Oh, late on the brakes. Goes through the middle. Serge Den Das in between Ponchelet and Bobbaars. Manages to keep it together. Oh, some more contact there in the back between, was it Van Rijkegem and Hendricks maybe? Lots of contact happening early on in this race. Let's have a quick look on board to see how much it is actually raining. Yeah, it is not pouring down, but still this can be sketchy on those open wheel cars. Hendricks having a good side on a 4-way battle. This is the battle for P4 with Yves Ponchelet in the lead. Many contacts happening indeed, Axel. I hope the guys will settle down a bit just to make sure everyone can finish the race. only one will not finish the race, and that's Julien Van Leeuwen. He probably made the wrong choice of tires if I see at everyone else in the grid. Side by side, De Vlieger on the inside. Van der Smisse giving up P2 to De Vlieger. That's a good move from De Vlieger to move up a spot on the podium. Now he just has to manage to keep the head calm, drive away, and get as close as he can to Julien Masson, because Masson is already 2 seconds away. Bobbaars on the tail of Bastien Van Rijkegem. Oh, a little bit of oversteer it seemed. Manages to keep it on the track. Five drivers within 1 second. Oh, they go wide! Barely making contact. I think they just missed each other. That was a sketchy one. Yves Poncelet now in 6th. Bastien Van Rijkegem in 4th. There they go again, 3 wide. I hope everyone will make it to the end of the race safely. Serge Dendas, is he going to make a move on the end at the end of the straight? He's already moving to the inside, as well as his teammate Hendricks, I think, went to the inside as well. Yes, he did. It's a very long straight. They have to try and take some side draft, maybe some slipstream, but if not, it is not easy. You see Dendas still not passed. But now, yeah, oh, that's the contact. That's Hendricks. I think it's Hendricks going off the track, missing his braking marker, or misjudging the braking in the wet. Bobbaars has a black flag as well as Hendricks. I think that must be due to incident points as well as Dendas now. This could mean a big change in the race. We're almost halfway. 3 drivers that will have to go to pits within 2 laps, I think. Meanwhile, the battle between Van der Smisse and De Vlieger has not been fought yet. Van der Smisse staying close to De Vlieger. They have a big gap on P4, by the way. That's 8 seconds. Stingelhammer moving up on the ranking, now P7 after starting P11, gaining some advantage in the previous contacts. Hendricks and De Gent side by side. Dendas back in P5 now. Is he going to P4 again, or is he going into pit lane? He's going into pit lane, and so is Bobbaars. I suspect it should be just a drive-through. De Gent and Tricot side by side as well. It's De Gent on the outside, Tricot on the inside, taking the position. Dutrieux in front of Tim Simon. Tim Simon moving up 9 spots as well. And there they come, Dendas, Bobbaars and Hendricks as well, as they had to go through pit lane, dropping them 12 spots. 13 spots almost. That's terrible for the race, for their race. Oh, Laurent Tricot had a spin. He's parked on the inside there of the corner. Managed to make it away safely, but losing lots of positions. He was battling, we just saw him battling with, I think it was the Gent for P8 or P9. Now we drop back to P16, so that's how quick a race can turn. Van der Steen and Simon side by side. Was it Schommers? I think it was Schommers. There they go again, Van der Smissen and De Vlieger. Van der Smissen now in front and on the inside, getting past De Vlieger. Oh, going a bit wide, misjudging the grip, mid-corner. De Vlieger might try around the outside, but that's a difficult place. Now he jumps to the inside. Can he go late on the brakes, taking back the position? Yes, he does. Van der Smissen moving back up into third. And all that while increasing the gap to P4, 11.6 seconds. Seven minutes and a half in the first heat. Then we'll go to a second heat, another 20 minutes with a reverse top 8. So P8 is a super important position to be in. Currently it is Donovan Hoywa. If he finishes like this, he will start on pole in heat 2, and that could be very advantageous for him in the championship standings. Currently he's chasing Yves Ponchelet, who we saw earlier on P4, now P7. Oh, there has been another change. Van der Smissen now back again on the inside, De Vlieger on the outside. Let's see who finds the most grip. And it is Van der Smissen, but now can De Vlieger find a slipstream and get a good run? It's, ooh, some oversteer. Very well corrected by Van der Smissen. Continues to drive on the track. Lap times did drop a lot. They're 1:52 now. That's 10 seconds slower than we saw in the qualification when it was dry. So 10 seconds is the difference, more or less. Rino Bobard still has the fastest lap, 1:51.99. Van der Smissen missing the braking, De Vlieger taking advantage, moving up into second and improves the gap to almost a second immediately. Let's have a look at the other guys, Van Rijkegem and Stingelhammer. Behind Stingelhammer we have Anthony François gaining 12 positions throughout this race, starting P18 on row 9. Currently on 6th position. Bastiaan Van Rijkegem going into pit lane. He must have had a penalty as well. Maybe too many incident points. That's going to cost him so many positions. That puts Stingelhammer P4, Anthony François P5. Yves Ponchelet, Auriga Racing teammates in 6th, and then it is Christian Collin in P7, gaining 12 positions as well. Amazing what it can do when you're consistent, especially in a race like this. Dendas and Bobas, who dropped back to P16 and P17, now need to make their way back to find a connection to Laurent Tricot, but that's not going to be easy because he's 9 seconds ahead of Dendas. Super sketchy braking zone at the Dunlop corner. Doesn't seem like it's an easy corner to brake for, especially not in the rain with these cars. You saw some good braking there from Bobars, gaining some track position or some meters to Dendas. But they need to be going faster because Van Rijkegem has already found the connection to Bobars and Dendas, and next up there is Florent Hendricks. He's also not going to make it easy for the other guys. Let's see. 2.5 minutes left. Currently Julien Masson still in pole for first position, followed by De Vlieger. The gap has not grown that much, it's only 2.6 seconds, and then it is Van der Smissen behind De Vlieger. Anthony Francois, after starting on P18, now currently P5, and looks like P4 is right inside Nathaniel Stringelhammer, only 7/10 away. It's Hendricks behind Van Rijkegem. One minute and 40 seconds left. It's a race in the wet indeed, Kevin. Stuff did happen. But that's all for race control to judge after the race. That's the white flag being waved. Final lap of the first heat of tonight. Anthony Francois is 13 seconds. No. Stingelhammer is 13 seconds behind Van der Smissen, but only 6/10 ahead of Francois. So he needs to drive safe and fast for the last lap of Heat 1. To get some good points. There is a position switch. I think it was Schommers getting past Dutrieux. Now Royois past Thijssen because Thijssen makes a mistake. I think it was Thijssen. Or was it? Yes, it was. Going a bit too wide, but he has the inside. No, he hasn't. There goes Dutrieux. Let's have a look at Francois again. The gap was half a second, but it has grown. He made a little bit of a mistake. Maybe Nathaniel Stingelhammer found some extra pace. Julien Masson still in first. The 20 minutes are up. One more time to cross the finish line, and that's it for the first heat. And then he'll start in P8 on row 5. 4. I'm stupid. Here he goes for the last time on the start-finish straight in Heat 1. Checkered flag. first win of the night, followed by De Vlieger and Van der Smissen. Then Nathaniel Stingelhammer did find some extra pace, 1 second ahead of François. He will take P4 in front of François, and then Poncelet, who is followed by Colin De Gent. And then a battle to the line almost. Hoywa, Thijssen, Dutrieu, Schommers, P13, Brent van der Steen gaining 8 positions. Tricot, Tricot losing the position, or gaining the position on the line almost from Team Simon. And then Bobbaars, Dundas, Van Rijkegem, Hendricks, and Cordisco. It did look like there was a contact between Tricot and Simon, and now well, it was Schommers who still got a penalty, so he'll drop through the standings to the bottom. Then the final battle, Agnesis and Lodzi, 7 tenths between them. A couple more turns to go. Nope, that's the final turn, this one, I think. But it will be Agnesis taking the 21st position, followed by Lodzi, and did not finish for Van Leeuwen. That's it for the first heat of the night. First heat in the AM Championship. One more AM heat to go, and then 2 heats in the Pro Championship. Looking forward to all those races. I'm curious about the rain. It could stop. It could just keep going on. So we'll just have to wait for after the warm-up, and then we'll have a look at Heat 2. In the meanwhile, we will take a quick 2-minute break, and then we will be right back. And we're almost back for some more racing. Still a small warm-up going on currently, but that does give me some time to have another quick look at the results of the first heat. Boba, oh, that's the standings. Sorry about that. Masson taking the first win of the night, followed by De Vlieger and Van der Smissen. Masson was in second in the championship standings, but I think this means he gets to pass Rune Bobard, so he too will be extremely important for both of those drivers, as well as Van der Smissen, because he finished in third and he's currently in third in the championship as well. That's it for now, because I think we are going to join the drivers on the grid. Let's have a quick look. Yes, here they are. It looks very, very foggy, but I don't think it's raining. Yes, it is raining. It's difficult to see from far away, but once you jump on board, you see it is pouring down. The track is super wet, so I think the start is going to be quite exciting. Johan de Gent starting in first next to Christian Collin, thanks to the that's a green flag. No wheel spin smoke because it's too wet. A good start from de Gent. Bit of a lesser start from Collin because he's under attack from François and Poncelet. Oh, on the inside, that's a bold move. That's car number 42. That's François trying to make a pass on Collin. De Gent still in first, Collin still in second. Donovan Hoyoa going from 9th to 7th already. Inside of the track looks super wet. Oh, that's some contact! Get tangled up. That's a spoiler as well. Flying away to the outside of the corner. Watch it. Come on, guys, watch it. Some more people losing control. Try to give each other as much space as you can. Penalty already for the Gent. Couple of meatball flags as well for the other drivers. Poncelet, Collin and Stingelhammer. François in the lead. With de Gent behind him, but probably not for long because I think he has a penalty. There goes Van der Smissen. Oh, I think Bobard makes a mistake as well. And he goes into pit lane. Meatball. Oh no, he doesn't. Van der Smissen and Van Rijkegem side by side. The outside looks to be faster because Van Rijkegem takes Van der Smissen through the outside. Those curbs are dangerous. Oh, that's two cars going too far on the curbs and losing control. I think it was Lozzi and Tricot. Yeah, Tricot without a rear wing. That's going to be very difficult to drive with. De Gent going into pit lane as well. This race is quite chaotic, if I may say so. Masson, is he going to P4? He is in P4. And then I think it was Van der Smissen going a bit too wide. Only the top 15 driving, the others are in pit lane, taking a penalty or some repairs. Let's have a look at the lead. François in the lead still, and then it's Van Rijkegem and De Vlieger. Van Rijkegem taking over P2. He's gained 15 positions already just by avoiding the incidents. He's now on the front row. Hendricks gaining 13 positions as well from 18 to 5. Oh, De Vlieger late on the brakes, a bit too late, locks up, goes wide. That's not good for the time on track. Masson getting closer and closer to De Vlieger, and I think he might have a better go now. Yep, he's on the inside. The inside is super wet, so it can be sketchy, but if you can control it, he makes it work. Team Simon P8 chasing Van der Smissen now for a 7th place. I'm not sure which cars have some damage, but this could be playing. Van der Smissen going to the pits. Here's a battle between Agnesens and I think it was Cordisco, who went earlier on the brakes just to make sure he makes the corner. But now it's going to be threatened by Jan Thijssen. Let's have another onboard look. Here he goes. De Vlieger has a good run around the outside. He makes it past Masson around the outside. Outside lines are better, it seems, on this track. You can see it clearly here. The inside is super wet due to the cambered positions of the corner, the angles. This is a corner where you really want to have the inside, and now you go to the outside for the dryer line. Trying to make the turn as big as possible. Now Hendricks. Is he going to make something happen around the outside and make a move on Masson? Let's wait and see. He did go for a wider line, so he might have a better speed. There they go. Masson to the inside. Hendricks to the outside. Is defending on the inside going to work for Masson? I don't think he will defend. He's giving the position to Hendricks. He might be struggling with the wet track. Jan Thijssen gaining a position of Cordisco, but not yet. They're still battling it out. Cordisco on the outside. Can Thijssen do it on the inside? Yes, he can. Van der Steen en Tricot. Or is it Van der Steen and Ponchelet? It is Van der Steen and Ponchelet. Ponchelet gaining the position, but the battle is not over yet. Oof. A little bit of a tail wiggle on the inside there. There should be less rain in the pro race, maybe even no rain. Van Rijkegem in the lead in front of François. I think we might have missed that pass. I'll have to find it and see if we can have a look at it. Dutrieux, the number 151 now on the inside of Team Simon. Is he going to make it stick? It's slippery there. Looks like it's a good move for P6. Let's have a quick look at the pass from Van Rijkegem on Francois. It's in slow motion. A mistake by Francois. But he gets going immediately and keeps it together. Dutrieux made a gap to Simon, and now Dundas making the move on Simon around the outside as well. But it's not over yet. Simon defending. Almost halfway. 10.5 minutes left in the second heat and the final heat for the AM drivers tonight. Big win from Masson earlier. Now it is Van Rijkegem going for the win. De Vlieger and Francois behind him, as well as Hendricks. Hendricks, is he going to make it stick? Is he going to make a pass on De Vlieger on the inside? No, brakes earlier. Will set himself up for another move later in the race. I am sure of it. Simon and Dundas. Fight is not over yet. I think now it's Dundas going in front of Simon. Is he going to make the corner because it's slippery? Track is absolutely soaked. Seems like Van Rijkegem had a crash, but I'm not sure. Let's have a look at the replay. Here he goes, all by himself, 8 seconds in front of the others. Goes on the wet part of the inside. Misses the braking completely, goes super wide, but still, it's all good. No damage done. But yeah, that is an incident point, so we'll have to make sure that he doesn't gain too many of those. Van Rijkegem now, oh, he seems to be going slower. Francois, De Vlieger and Hendricks easily making a pass. Yep, he's just letting them all pass. I'm not sure why. Maybe he probably has a slowdown because of cutting the corner. If you don't get rid of the slowdown in time, then you will get another penalty, and sometimes it's just unfortunate. If you do it right before the straight, there is not much to do about it. And these comers making the pass on Simon for P8, sorry. 11 positions gained already by Schommers. And there's the battle for P1. Francois De Vlieger, Van Rijkegem and De Vlieger. Oh, contact between Van Rijkegem and De Vlieger. They tangled into each other. I hope there's not too much damage. There will be some incident points. Oh, meatball flag for Van Rijkegem. He will definitely have to go through pit lane to get himself fixed, and that means Masson goes from P5 to P3. Oh, another mistake by Van Rijkegem, almost taking out Julien Masson. Van Rijkegem and De Vlieger both have a meatball flag. Hendricks now 3/10 behind Francois. This will be the battle to watch, because the battle between the top 5 is almost over. They still have to go through pit lane. Oh, more contact between Hendricks on the inside and Francois on the outside. Going close to each other, trying... Francois trying to push Hendricks quite literally through to the pit wall, not giving each other much space. Really forcing him on the wet part of the track. And it worked, but yeah, with a bit of contact, not sure what to think about it. Dutrieux, and then that. Paradisco and Tessa battling for P9. Five and a half minutes left. Oh, a mistake by Dutrieux. Spinning. I don't think he got some damage, but he did spin. In meanwhile, I see that Brent van der Steen has a black flag. He's going through pit lane for a drive-through penalty. Van Rijken back out of the pits. Battling with Rune Bobas. Behind him is De Gent and De Vlieger, the person he shared a meatball flag with. Too late on the brakes, missing the braking point completely. Try not to take the same slowdown as he did. Yep, that will be a slowdown. That's not good. There goes De Gent, past his teammate Van Rijken. Now again, Francois and Hendricks. Hendricks on the outside this time, Francois on the inside. He makes it to the inside of the corner. Hendricks has a better run, but had to step on the brakes a little bit mid-corner. Francois P1, Hendricks P2, with a gap of 8 seconds to Masson, so they can really focus on battling. Hendricks will have to give it his all to overtake Francois without getting taken out. So slippery, but you really have to go to the inside for that one. Lots of understeer here as well. Lots of puddles on the track. You really have to try and avoid those, even with the wet tires. And there they go on the start-finish straight. Looks like a good run from Hendricks. This could be good for him. He is just a little bit faster. Is he fast enough to get alongside and maybe past Francois? It seems he will. Completely side by side. Hendricks on the outside, Francois on the inside. Watch the braking zone. This is where you can really lose it all or gain it all. Seems like it's a good run from both. And there we have Simon and Schommers side by side. Simon on the inside. There goes Tessa. Is he going to make it a 3 wide? Yes, he is going to make it a 3 wide. He has the inside. Let's see what happens here. Lay it on the brakes. A little bit of contact between the number 54 and 81. Simon and Tessa. And a double overtake from Jan Tessa. Perfectly executed. 1 minute, 40 seconds That means this is a penultimate lap. One more lap to go after this one. We should see a white flag at the end of the lap. Francois in the lead still. Left Hendricks going to the outside, trying to find a drier line. Does look like it is not enough yet. 2/10 is the difference between them. There he goes. Is he going to try and give it a go on the inside of T1? Should be a white flag waving now by the marshal. There he goes. There's a white flag. Francois pushing Hendricks to the pit wall again. This time without any contact. Francois staying ahead. Had a good run in the corner. And largens the gap to 0.6 of a second. Team Simon battling for P6 still. Chasing Andy Schommers. Trying to take as much of the slipstream as he can, going to the inside. Is he going to make a move happen late on the brakes? I don't think he will, because Schommers was late on the brakes too. And maybe a bit too late, going a little bit wide. Having a wiggle of the tail. Let's go back to the battle in the front. Hendricks and Francois. Hendricks going to the outside. Is he going to make it stick there? Watch out for the white and red curves, because those are super slippery. We've seen lots of people spin on there. There they go through Dunlop. Final sector of the race. Let's see what they do. Oh, Francois going a little bit wide, it seemed. Hendricks taking a completely different line than Francois. This could be the only thing he can do to try and gain an advantage. But still, Francois in the lead. There you go. Now it has to happen. This is the final straight. Hendricks has a good run. Is he going to have enough of a run to make it completely side by side? And just in front, this will be a finish to the photo finish. I think it is Hendricks taking the win. Is it Hendricks? Yes, it is Hendricks by 0.04 of a second. Francois just losing there on the line. And then Masson coming for a podium finish, P3. Serge Dundas dropped back in the race and then got back up. P4 is the results for him, and then it's Jan Thijssen coming in P5 after starting P10. Then Team Simon in front of Cordisco and Schommers. Schommers must have made a little mistake, and then Dutrieu and Agnes is almost going for a Photoshop not a Photoshop finish, of course, but I do see some penalties for Cordisco and Schommers and Collin as well. Bobars, Agnes is in P10, Bobars in 11, but we will have to wait and see for the results. Tricot in P17 is going to finish the race all by himself, because the gap to Van Rijken is 10 seconds. There comes Van Rijken, P18. And we go to Brent van der Steen, who is in P19 in front of Christian Collin. Christian Collin, who will have to take a time penalty after this race. You don't have to go to pit lane right now, Christian, because you will get penalized anyway. And then P21, David Lodzi, followed by Stingelhammer and Van Leeuwen. Two did not finishes. That's it for the results of tonight. Let's see if I can show you the results of Heat 2. Let's have a quick look. Florent Hendricks in P1 after gaining the position from François right on the line. Masson in third. Then it's Dundas and Thijssen, followed by Simon and Dutrieux. And now things change because I think it was Cordisco and Schommers that took a penalty. So it is Dutrieux in 7th, Agnesis in 8th, Bobaars in 9th, and P10 is for Donovan Hoyoa. De Vlieger just missing out on the top 10, coming in P11. And then it is Yves Ponchelet, De Gent in 13th, and then Van der Smisse, who was 3rd in Heat 1, coming in 14th in Heat 2. Laurent Tricot is P15, and then it is Cordisco after taking the time penalty. Also Bastien Van Rijkegem, who had a penalty earlier as well, and an incident. And then Andy Schommers in P18. P19 is Brent van der Steen, followed by Colin Christian. Lotzi 21, then Stingelhammer and Julien Van Leeuwen, who unfortunately did not finish the race. Let's see. Well, let's go for a. I think we have time before we go to the pro races for a little interview. And for that, I welcome Anthony François. François, congratulations. Hello? It was. It's yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Perfect. Strong race. Unfortunately, you just missed out on right on the line. That was such a close finish.
Yeah, he was always faster than me when getting out of the last turn. We had some battle in the straight, but finally he was better on this one.
Nice. Yes, it was a fun battle to watch whatsoever. You started on P4, I think, in Heat 2, and just
yes.
Stayed in the front the whole time. How was it in rain? Because we've seen so many incidents on the stream.
It was quite good. I just got a bit trapped in the last in the restart of the straight because of the water, the standing water there. I put one wheel in there, so I had a spin too, the only incident I had. And then everything was fine. There was quite a lot of water, so a bit of sliding at some part of the track. But I was quite lucky at the beginning because the car in front of me brake on a white line, so I got into the inside, and then two of them crashed, and the first one got a black flag for a wrong start. So
yeah,
so
indeed.
was first for that.
Many things happened indeed.
Yeah, I have to watch this because I didn't see them.
Yeah, both in Heat 1 and Heat 2,
nice.
I think in qualifying the track was quite quick with 142 seconds, and then right on in race 1 it was I think the fastest time was a 151 or 152, so a 10-second difference. That means that the rain did influence the track quite a bit.
Yeah, I was quite far in the qualification. I'm quite bad at this, so I'm always starting quite far. But in race 1, I get 15th place back, so I finished at 6th place, and then start from 4, and go to first.
Absolutely
and
incredible.
then beat at the end.
I think you even finished P5 in Heat 1. So congrats.
Maybe possible even better. It's even better. So
absolutely.
No, it was a fun race in the rain. I like rain in the racing. For this race, I was not able to practice a lot, almost not. But I really like rain, and was great fun. So I have to be quite not too fast on the pedals for the restart of a straight or anything, and everything went quite nice. But it was better than me, so. I tried to block him a bit, defend a bit, but he was faster than me.
Yeah, it was very nice to watch indeed. There's 2 more rounds left. First is Watkins Glen, and then it was the track vote. You know what the track will be?
It seems to be better.
Yes, indeed. What do you think of it?
Panorama. I love it.
Absolutely, me too. Track. It's such an amazing track to race on.
I personally vote for Long Beach, but I was hoping for Long Beach or Bathurst. So.
Long Beach
So
can be
yes,
quite sketchy as well with the final turn, the hairpin. It always messes up.
yeah, that was the funny part exactly. Because of the wall everywhere, it's a fun track because it needs to be you need to not make any mistake. Maybe I will do some, maybe not,
Yeah.
but we have to be quite concentrate in the whole race to not to avoid issue and not to avoid the mistake for the other though. So it will be quite a nice race, maybe a dangerous race, but maybe
Yeah,
quite a fun
let's
one.
just hope it won't rain, but I don't think that will be an issue in Australia. It doesn't rain quite often there.
Yeah, I think that's what they were thinking in Wake yesterday. Picked
Yeah,
up no rain. Yeah.
also true. Perfect.
Yes. Yes.
Anthony, thank you for joining us in the race and in the interview room. I wish you lots of luck with preps for the next one and see you soon.
Yeah. Thanks, and I hope to be on top next time. Let's
Absolutely.
hope.
Good luck. Cheers.
See you, and good luck for the next race.
Yep. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thanks. All right then. Then we will close the broadcast or just go to a waiting screen for just an instant so I can change the servers to the pros, and then we'll be right back with you in 5 to 10 minutes. See you guys soon. Welcome back everyone to the BSRF F4 Championship sponsored by Auriga Racing. We have already seen the first 2 AM heats of the night. Now it is time for the Pro Championship. For the people just joining us, welcome to the stream. We will see 2 more 20-minute heats. First one with a normal grid, second one with a top 8 reverse grid. 50 points to win per race, 1 for each fastest lap. 102 points is the maximum points you can take home at an evening like this one. Jentel van Thiele has done it twice already. First at Spa, then at Interlagos. Now we are at Fuji for round 4. 2 more rounds to go. Next one is at Watkins Glen. The final one is the track vote, which has turned out to be Bathurst, also known as Mount Panorama. Super exciting track, climbing up the hill, going back down, super narrow track, no margin for error. There is some margin for error here. We've seen it in the AM heats, 2 heats in the rain, especially the second heat was pouring down. The afternoon is for the pros and it seems to be staying dry. Not expecting any rain, but the track could still be damp from in the morning. Van Thiele in pole position, Collin in second, Vince Peters, 2024 champion, in third. Eight minutes left. Three-way battle already in qualifying. That's GFP, the number 27 in the middle. Romano and Hermans, both teammates, P7 and P8. Hermans with 142.0, 17. Romano only 8 hundredths of a second slower, but not anymore because Hermans just put down a 141.668. That's good for a 4th position, just missing out by a 3rd position by 6 thousandths of a second. Pushing down GFP to P5, but it's not over yet for him. He's enjoying some slipstream. Unfortunately, not a faster time. It is 141.7, but it's not good enough. 6 minutes left on the clock. Arnaud Noel driving all by himself, trying to maximize his lap. Oh, there goes. Was it Mathieu Collin outside of the track? He will not be putting down a faster lap on this one, and that might have a bad influence on his next lap as well. Van Thiele still on pole position. Collin in second, Peters in third, Hermans currently in pit lane. He's in fourth And then Robroek in 6th, just after GFP. Starvillo P7. Right behind him, Maxime Stuyvers in P9. Starvillo, what does he do? No, 147. That's not good enough. All the most of the drivers are on their out lap, so they will have one more chance, maybe two, but I really doubt it. I think it will be one chance, one lap to put down a faster time. Jeremy van Grinsven currently a 142.9. What is he doing now? Is it faster? It is faster. 142.4, moving up 2 spots to P11, pushing down Herbinho to P12. 14 drivers present. Seems to be lots of people are still on holiday or whatsoever. Three minutes left. Vince Peters on his out lap. He is going for one more fast lap. I'm not sure what he's doing. He seems to be not going as fast as he can. I think he will put his car on the outside and maybe go to pits. Not sure. Hermans and Romano. 32 is Hermans, 39 is Romano. Maybe Peters is trying to give a slipstream to his friends Romano and Hermans. If that's the case, hats off. I can only support some sportsmanship. 2 minutes left. .41.4 is the fastest time. It is, I think, half a second faster than the AM qualifying. At the end of the qualifying in AM, it started raining, so it was important to get out early. This time it is staying dry all throughout the afternoon. This will be the final lap of Kenny Hermans and Lucas Romano. Hermans getting some slipstream, pushing his teammate Romano over the line. Is it enough? What do they do? Hermans 1:41. Not good enough. Romano did improve his lap time, but not by enough. 1:42.0. Next up is Christophe Herbinho. He should have just enough time, I think, to finish his lap, but he is under the attack, even in a qualifying session, by GFP. GFP wants to go quicker as they go through the Panasonic corner onto the start-finish straight. 13 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Just on time, or is it not? GFP was just on time, 142.4. I didn't see Herbigno's time, but Herbigno, he did it! 141.5. He just put down his time and managed to snatch away P2 from Mathieu Collin. Let's have a look on the grid. Front row, Ventile, Herbigno. Second row, Collin and Peters. Then next up is Hermans and GFP, Gauthier Fagnan, Police. Robroek and Servillo on row 4. And then it is Lucas Romano and Jeremy Van Griensven. P11, row 6 is Stuyvers and Noel. And then on the final row, Axel Abrams and Mathieu Molle. We wait until all drivers join the track. First heat of the night for the pro drivers. Pole position by Ventile, that's good for him, because if he does this once more, I think he will be unbeatable. There is one drop round out of the 6 rounds, but he got the maximum points already twice, and then at Laguna Seca he took home 96 points, which is only 6 points below the max. Yeah, it's going to be difficult for Peters and Fagnan Police to get back on top. Also, Robroek still in contention for a championship, but I think it will be hard to beat a driver like Jentel Ventile. Then seconds left for all drivers to join the grid. Only Axel Abrams is in pit lane. Now he's not. And that's it, the lights are going on, the engines are starting to rev. Ventile are ready to take off as quick as he can. And that's a green flag, lots of wheel spin. Good start from Herbigno it seems, but an even better start from Ventile. Hermans and Collin fighting in the back. Oh, I think there was maybe some contact with Hermans. He was... I saw some smoke coming up. Then it is Robroek moving up a spot. Moving up 4 spots, having a blast of a start. In P3 now, after starting on P7 on row 4. There he goes, attacking Christophe Herbigno. But he has to do it fast. Oh, what a move to the inside. Now he has to keep the inside. Let's see if he has the momentum. Hermans also getting super close. Then it is Vince Peters. Oh, Peters to the outside, late on the brakes. Robroek keeps it. Hermans has to defend, but doesn't manage to stay in front. It is Peters moving up to 4th. Ventile staying in 1st, Herbigno in 2nd, and then it is Maxime Robroek leading the rest of the pack. Peters, Hermans, GFP, and then it is Collin not having the best of starts. Now losing a place to Servillo maybe. Romano inside. Whoa, that's a heavy hit on the sausage curbs. Now let's watch the slipstream effects. You see the gap of Peters and Robert closing, but Hermans even more. He's trying to push Peters to gain as much as they can together. Peters moving alongside Maxime Robroek. Robroek on the inside. Oh, that's a contact! That's a contact! That must have been a code brown for Robroek and Peters, but they managed to make it through safely. I think it was Van Griens. No, it was not Van Griensven. It was Hermans and GFP, Gauthier Fagnan Police, crashing their way out of T1. Robroek staying safe as well as Peters. But now that means the gap between them and Romano has gotten bigger. Romano under pressure of Mathieu Collin. Behind them is a battle between Stuyvers and Servillo. There they go, through Panasonic onto the start-finish straight. A very long straight, super important to defend and not make a mistake, just like we saw earlier. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't the Panasonic corner yet. My bad. Yeah, this was it. Let's have a look in the front first. Van Thiele. He's going to have to go defensive to Christophe Herbignot, or is he not? Herbignot just stays right behind Van Thiele. The gap has closed completely. Then next up, Peters getting ahead of Robroek, but Robroek has a good run. I'm not sure if it will be enough. Behind them is Romano and Collin. And then Servillo and Stuyvers. The battles are still going on. Peters gaining the position on Maxime Robroek on the start-finish straight. Collin. Collin will have to make a move on Romano, or else Maxime Stuyvers will try to do it. He is going to the inside. Oh, that's going to be a tight spot. Collin jumps to the inside of Romano. Romano has to go defensive now, because if not, Servillo will take the place. Oh, over the sausage curbs. He's going to go wide. Watch it. But he makes it happen. Stuyvers, Servillo into P6. Romano P7, Stuyvers P8. There they all go on the start-finish. Romano, Servillo peeking on the inside, but moving back onto the racing line. Oh, late on the brakes by Romano. Missing out just a little bit. Had to correct. Goes wide, and now Servillo is in a good spot to take over the position, and I think he has done it already. Yeah, he is in front of Romano. And there they go again. Stuyvers, Romano, Mathieu Molle. Arnaud Noël, I'm sorry. And then it is Mathieu Molle. Side by side. Servillo, Stuyvers, Romano. Servillo ahead, then Stuyvers. Noël trying to push Romano, maybe force him to make a mistake. Putting on the pressure. His teammate Mathieu Molle also putting on the pressure. Vince Peters still ahead of Robroek. Romano did have some draft from Stuyvers. It's fully side by side now. All the way to the inside goes Mathieu Molle. Stuyvers going defensive. Gaining a position too. Oh, almost contact between Romano and Noël. Let's have a look from Mathieu Molle's perspective on the battle between his teammates Arnaud Noël and Lucas Romano. Oh, Jeremy Van Grinsven takes the opportunity. He sees Molle making a little bit of a mistake and gets ahead of him. Late on the brakes goes Mathieu Molle all the way to the inside. Almost contact between the two guys in front, Noel and Romano. This could be an opportunity for Molle to get closer and closer and maybe take away one or two positions. Oh, heavy. He goes over the curbs. And then late on the brakes on the inside of Romano. But the move is not over yet. This is absolute racing. Molle, Romano, Van Grinsven. Van Grinsven and Molle side by side. There he goes, Van Grinsven on the inside of Molle. Over the curve. A little gap to Romano has started to exist. That gives us some time to take a quick look at what's happening at the front. Still Van Thiele from Alpha Esports in the lead. Herbigno in second. The gap has shrunk to 2 tenths now. 2 tenths between Van Thiele and Herbigno. Herbigno really needs to make sure that Van Thiele doesn't take another win in order to fight for his championship. So he will not let go of Van Thiele all throughout this evening. There's 10 more minutes left, and after that we will do a top 8 reverse grid. Another 20-minute heat, so plenty of points to be won. 50 points per heat, 51 if you get the fastest lap too. Between Van Thiele and Herbigno. Is Herbigno going to make a move, or is he going to stay patient? There is still 10 minutes on the clock. They're only halfway the race. 6 laps in. Meantime, Abrams and Van Grinsven are battling for P10. Abrams moving up past Molle and Noel. Molle and Van Grinsven. Mathieu Colin, P6. Trying to find a move on Julian Sorvillo. He's been studying the way Sorvillo is driving. Let's see if he can do something about it. If he does so, he can move up to P5. There they go. On to the start-finish straight. Colin between Sorvillo and... I'm sorry. I was mistaken. It is Colin, Stavers and Romano. What? No, Sorvillo. What am I doing? So, Colin on the inside, passing Sorvillo. Sorvillo will have to watch out for... now I get it. It is GFP between them. It was a bit confusing. Mathieu Molle dropped to P12. Not sure he had a crash. Let's have a quick look at what happened here. Mathieu Molle leading ahead of the BSRT car. Contact. And that's how it happened. Robo got past Peters again. Let's see what happened. There they go, on the start-finish straight into T1. Peters on the inside, but Maxime Robuk has much more speed, makes it past him safely. And there they go again. And the battle continues. Let's have a look at them live, because it is not over yet, just as I predicted. Vince Peters on the tail of Maxime Robuk. Is he going to make a move, or is he just trying to push him? I think he's just trying to push him, although the gap is 4 seconds, so that should be more than enough. With 6 minutes left on the clock. They stay close. Sorvillo behind Colin. Oh! We missed it. There's been a pass. Herbigno got past. Ventile, we'll have a look at it later. But for now the battle continues. Herbigno must have made a move on Ventile. Maybe Ventile made a small mistake, although I really doubt it. He seems to be very focused. Jumping over the yellow curbs. But nothing you should really do with a Formula car, but in a sprint race you can tolerate just a bit more. Let's have a look at the slipstream Ventile will get from Christophe Herbigno. Is he able to get the position back at the end of the start-finish straight? I think he can, because he looks to be having a lot of overspeed. There he goes to the inside. Completely side by side. Ventile on the inside. Herbigno does get some side draft, but it is enough for Ventile to stay ahead. Ventile back in P1. In the meanwhile, let's have a quick look at the overtake from Herbigno over Ventile. Simple move to the inside. Will he make a simple pass, or does he have to defend into T1? He just gets ahead due to the slipstream. Little love tap from Ventile. Oh, side by side again. Herbigno to the inside, now he has the outside. That's not the best place to go, but he did make a move. He tried it. Ventile stays ahead. Let's see if this puts enough pressure on Ventile to force him into making a mistake. See them using as much of the track as possible, especially in comparison to the AM races who were in the wet. Completely wet track. It wasn't the easiest. It was fun to watch nonetheless. Again, on the start-finish straight, 3 minutes left on the clock. 2 more laps after to finish this race. Ventile moves to the inside. Herbigno does have more speed. He goes to the outside. Can he make a complete pass before the braking zone? I think they're still side by side. Ventile late in the brakes. Herbigno tries to take the ideal line. Maybe he will have some overspeed into the next section, but it has to be enough to make a pass on Ventile. I don't think it was. Three-way battle. Sorvillo, Colin, and Stuyvers. No, it is not. It is Sorvillo, Colin, and Romano. guess Kenny Hermans following. It's a bit weird to watch. Kenny Hermans one lap down due to a, I think it was a repair in pit lane. Romano, 2 tenths behind Noel. Jeremy van Grinsven with a penalty. He must have collected 10 incident points. He's going to have to make a visit in pit lane. Will he go for it now? We'll have to wait and see later. Van Thiele trying to break the slipstream. He's giving to Herbinho for free. Herbinho seems to be closing the gap. Less than 1/10. Goes to the outside. Van Thielen as well tries to defend as hard as he can, and he will have to continue doing so for one more lap. White flag is waved by the marshals. Meanwhile, Jeremy van Grinsven entered pit lane. That was a good choice, otherwise he would get a very big penalty. Mathieu Molle in pit lane as well, I think. Not sure. Nope, he gets past Van Grinsven. Van Thiele still P1. Herbinho P2. Peters P3. He will not be in contention for a first or second place. Herbinho is. He can try to get it on the line, just like we saw in the amateur races in the final race. Robroek makes it past Peters in the final lap, but I think Peters will have a good run now. Yep, makes it... Ooh, as they go a little bit wide, it's still side by side. The battle continues. Robroek now has the advantage. But it's not over yet. Not over yet at all. This could be some important points to be won by either Robroek or Peters. It is Van Thiele taking the checkered flag. So close to Herbinho. Then is it going to be Peters? Is it going to be Robroek? It is close. It is Peters in third, Robroek in fourth, missing out by 0.02 of a second. Next up, Sorvillo and Collin. Also, Stuyvers taking the checkered flag. Kenny Hermans as well. There is his teammate, Lucas Romano. Arnaud Noël, Axel Abrams. And then Mathieu Molle. Next up, Jeremy van Grinsven, GFP already crossed the finish line too. Unfortunately in last due to the incident with Hermans. And that's it for the first heat of the Pro Championship. Super exciting battles. Very much looking forward to the second heat of the fourth heat of the night actually. Let's have a look at the results if we can. Yes, there they are. Van Thiele takes the win. Herbinho and Peters on the podium. Robroek, Sorvillo, Collin, Stuyvers, and then Romano in P8. Super important position because he will start on the front row together with Maxime Stuyvers in Heat 2. Then Axel Abrams, Axel Abrams, Molle, Van Grinsven, Hermans, and Pagnan Polis. There's a small break in between the sessions, so I will be back to you guys in 2 minutes time. See you soon. Welcome back everyone to the BSRF Belgian F4 Championship sponsored by Auriga Racing. It's time for the final heat of the night, heat 2 of the pros. Warm-up is just finishing now, so that means that we can almost go over to the grid. As you guys know, there is a top 8 reverse grid in this heat, and that means that Romano and Stuyvers will start from the front row, followed by Colin and Sorvillo, row 3, Robroek and Peters, and then Herbigno and Heat 1 winner and also current champion Jentel Van Thiele, Noël and Abrams on row 5, followed by Mathieu Molle and Jeremy Van Rinsven, and then Kenny Hermans and Gauthier Fagnan Police. All drivers are getting ready. Still waiting on Herbigno, Abrams and Hermans. Minute left, but I think everyone has joined the grid. Yes, there go the lights. Let's see if Romano can have a good start. Green, green, green. Some wheel spin from the front row. Romano seems to be having a great start, immediately getting ahead of Stuyvers. Colin. Big lunge to the inside from was it Robroek? I think he missed his braking point. Romano still in first, then Stuyvers, and Peters already gaining 3 positions in the first corner, getting ahead of Colin. Van Thielen as well, gaining 4 positions, now in P4, also ahead of Colin. But I think Colin has a slowdown. That could be the yellow thing next to his name. Herbigno a bit wide there. Stuyvers now leading the way ahead of Romano, making the pass. Then it's Peters and Van Thiele. Van Thiele starting from 8th, Peters starting from 6th. Peters getting closer to Romano. Let's see if Romano can stay ahead, and if not, for how long. Huge slipstream, especially with all the cars lining up. Van Thiele closing the gap to Peters. Is he going to go for a move on the inside? Yes, he is going to go to the inside. Now let's see if he can go later on the brakes than Peters. Try not to make any contact. That was a close one, but I think it works. And Van Thiele ahead of Peters. And now he goes on the hunt for P2, occupied by Lucas Romano. Stuyvers a little bit wide. Van Thiele trying to get to the front as soon as he can. Romano defending. Oh, Peters lunging to the inside of Van Thiele and pushing him outside. Let's see what happens now. Oh, that's so close. Van Thiele side by side with Romano and Peters, gaining the 2 positions. Getting ahead. Peters now outside, Romano inside. Let's see what works here. I think the outside works as well. And Peters takes it off track by, I think it's Colin. He will get a slowdown, I guess. There goes Sorvillo next to Hermans. Hermans on the inside now, right behind. Oh, that was contact! I didn't see what happened exactly. We'll have to look at it later, but that's terrible for Kenny Hermans' results. He's not having the best of nights. Let's see at this 6-pack. gets ahead at the end of the straight. It looks like it's Robrook on the inside. Robrook leading the pack, then Noel, then Cola, and then a big battle between Servio, Van Grinsven and GFP. That's a contact. That's a contact between... it was Van Grinsven and... was it Servio? I think so. Oh, that's... he's missing some body work. That's not good. He'll have to go to the pit lane. Not a good night for GFP either. Cola and Arnaud Noël from Auriga Racing. Cola, let's see what he does. Move to the inside, then outside. Van Grinsven has the better line, but maybe in the long run it could work for Cola. Yes. Has a good speed out of the corner. Side by side they will get some side rough, but I think Noel will get a little bit of slipstream from Robrook, so it won't be easy for Cola. He'll have to go late on the brakes and stick to the inside of the corner. There he goes, in front of Noel. Van Thielen in the lead, in front of Stavers. Missed the pass. Let's have a quick look. There he goes. On the straight. Van Thielen to the inside. Will it be an easy pass, or is Stavers going to make it difficult? Is he going to go offensive now on the inside, or is he going to stay there? I think he will stay there. And that's P1 for Van Thielen currently. After 3 laps of racing. Just in one lap, Van Thielen managed to pull a half a second gap to Stavers, who is then 6/10 ahead of Vince Peters. The field is calming down a bit. Sorvio going into the pits, maybe for a drive-through. Oh no, he will have to go for a repair, I think. No, that was GFP, but he already repaired the car. Mathieu Mol in P15 currently. Paulin and Noel side by side for a moment. Kenny Hermans didn't have the best of luck tonight, but he's still in the race, driving at a 10th position, 4 seconds behind Jeremy Van Grinsven, 4.7 seconds behind Cola. So still lots of things are possible. 12 minutes left on the clock. Anything can happen, as we have seen in the previous races, especially in the AM races tonight, which were quite exciting. Colin and Noel going side by side again. Colin going for the inside now, and will get the position if nothing goes wrong. But I think Noel is trying to go for a different line, maybe try to take the inside. I'm not sure if it is possible, but we will wait and see. Colin, Noel, and then Van Grinsven, who's getting closer and closer in his BBC RT car. Two tenths between P7 and P9. Halfway through the race. 10 minutes left on the clock. Let's have another look at the battle in the front. Van Thiele, Stuyvers, Peters. Peters going on the attack, trying to take away the position from Stuyvers. Does have a really good run. Seems like he's going to make it past completely. Yes, he does, even before the braking zone. Now it is full focus for Peters in order to get that win tonight. If he doesn't, Van Thiele will go home with at least 100 points tonight. I'm not sure who had the fastest lap. That we'll have to find out later. Contact between Stuyvers and Peters. Stuyvers giving Peters a little push, gaining the position. He will give it back, I assume. Yes, he does. The battle between Noel and Colin continues too. Noel this time again into P7 ahead of Mathieu Colin and Jeremy Van Grinsven. There they go again, on the start-finish line for the 7th time in tonight's race. Starting lap 8. 4 tenths between Peters and Stuyvers. There in the back, Colin swapping places with Noel again. Let's see if Van Grinsven can try and make something of it. No, it is Colin back into P7, then Noel, then Van Grinsven. Hermans is still not getting closer. It could be because of the slipstream of the guys ahead. But he can see them in the distance, so that should be enough motivation. Van Grinsven now. Is he going to make a move on Noel? He is getting closer and closer. Colin is half a second away from Noel. This could be the time. Noel seems to be like a yo-yo between Colin and Van Grinsven. First Colin is pulling away, then nobody's pulling back to Colin, and further away from Van Grinsven. Now we're on the straight, so this could be a potential move. Let's watch from Van Grinsven's perspective. Noel on the outside of the corner, but makes the pass even before the braking zone. Is Van Grinsven going to take profit? Oh, mistake from Noel. Oversteering the car mid-corner. Saves it, but doesn't have much speed now. Is Colin going to be able to do something? I don't think he will. Bouncing over the curbs on the exit. Podium still Van Thiele, Peter Stuyvers. Nothing has changed. This is the battle we need to watch right now. Colin on the inside of Noel makes the pass. Van Thielen and Peters. Currently half a second between them. Stuyvers did lose some pace. He dropped back 1.6 seconds behind Peters. And that means that Herbignot is going in full attack mode. As well as Romano on Robroek. Because Robroek is only 4 tenths away of Romano. That's not much. Especially when you have 4 minutes left. So that's 3 more laps. Including this one. Noel ahead again of Colin. These guys are going to be battling for a while now. 3 minutes and a half left. 4 minutes. But he's going to give up, I think. Let's hope they don't force each other into making mistakes. Good run now by Van Grinsven. Going to the inside. On the start-finish straight again, 2 more laps. Herbignot, is he going to be able to make a move off Stuyvers? I think he will. He's going to the inside, right at the finish line marker. And does he get ahead? I think he gets ahead. Let's see what happens on the exit of the corner. Stuyvers stays super close. In front of the screen, still Van Thielen and Peters. Herbignot making a perfect pass on Stuyvers. Moving up on the podium. Herbignot only 1/10 ahead of Stuyvers. Is he going to be able to keep it like this for one more lap after this one? We will have to wait and see. Same goes for Van Thiele and Peters. Peters now 4 tenths away from Van Thiele. He's getting closer, now 3 tenths away. So he's getting closer, but he's going to be needing to do it much faster than that if he wants to do it before the end of this race, the end of Heat 2 of the Pro Championship at Fuji Speedway. Van Thiele, again, trying to break the slipstream for Peters. The gap between them is closing. Less than 3 tenths. Almost 2 tenths. Less than 2 tenths. 1 tenth and a half. Peters stays behind Van Thiele. Same goes for Stuyvers. He stays behind Herbigno. Colin getting back ahead of Van Grinsven. Grinsven made the pass, but now Colin took it back. Still fighting for all podium places in the last lap of the race tonight. Van Thiele ahead of Peters, Herbigno ahead of Stuyvers, but maybe not for long, because there goes Stuyvers to the outside. Not able to make a move just yet, but he's upsetting Herbigno. Herbigno cannot look away from his mirrors. Peters, side by side. Oh, contact between Peters and Van Thiele. Black flag for Peters. He's going to have to take a penalty. That's horrible for his race result, because he will lose so many places due to the 10th incident point limit. But it will be Van Thiele taking the win, followed by Peters. And then next up Herbigno and Stuyvers, or maybe not. Just by 400ths of a second, Stuyvers behind Herbigno. Then it is Robroek and Romano, followed by Noël, Colin and Van Grinsven. Van Grinsven just not made it past. And then it's Hermans in P10. Further down in P11 is Axel Abrams, and then we have GFP. Finish the night off. Mathieu Molle takes the checkered flag. Sorvillo, unfortunately out of the race, did not finish. 2 wins again for Jentel. Van Thiele. Peters in second, but he will take some penalty, I must assume. Let's have a quick look at the results. Jentel Van Thiele with the win. Herbigno in P2 and Stuyvers as well on the podium. Peters unfortunately dropped down all the way to P11 after taking what seems to be a 35-second penalty. Then Maxime Robroek in 4th, followed by Lucas Romano. Arno Noël in 6th, followed by Colin and Van Grinsven after a long-fought battle. Hermans coming in P9 at the end, and Axel Abrams closing the top 10. Vince Peters just missing out after the little incident in the final lap. And then Mathieu Molle and GFP, Mathieu Molle and Julian Sorvillo. Whew, that was exciting as ever. Still 2 more rounds to go. Next round will be in 2 weeks at Watkins Glen, and the last one was a track vote. The drivers, they voted all for Bathurst, or I mean, the most part of them voted for Bathurst Mount Panorama. Super exciting track, into the mountain and back down. No margins for error. There will be some crashes, I predict, but we can only find out later. In the meanwhile, I see that Jentel Van Thiele has joined us in the broadcast booth, so that means that we can go for a little interview. Jentel, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It was a really nice evening, to be honest.
Yes, you go home with a double win again. How do you keep doing it like this?
I don't actually know. Today I felt I had the pace. I managed to put it pole and quali for once. I managed to get a lap together. And after that, in race in Heat 1, we me and Christoph were pretty lucky with how the start went for the rest of the field. So from then on, it was just, yeah, driving with us too. Also, thanks to Christoph for not fighting like from lap 1 on, and especially just the fight in the last 2 laps was so nice. Happy to get on top of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you got to win by, I think, 0.2 of a second. Same in this race, 0.2 ahead of Peters, who unfortunately took a penalty. What happened in the final lap? There was some kind of incident we saw. Not sure.
He put it on the inside in the second to last corner, I think. And after that, we just kind of net coded into each other. And we both got a 4x from that fight, but only had 2x, and I think he had a bit more, so I think he got a black flag for that one, which is actually a shame because honestly the contact was so little, and on the second to last corner we didn't both lose any time from
Yeah, very unfortunate for his points. Gives you quite the advantage. But yeah, anyway, you were miles ahead, I think, because you've had 2 perfect runs with 102 points. I'm not sure about the fast laps in this race, but if you take the maximum points again, it's going to be difficult for the other guys. So congratulations on the performance all throughout this league.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's going really well, to be honest. I did not expect to be always at the front, but it's really nice, and I'm really enjoying my time here. So
yeah, and lots of good battles for all of us to watch. So thanks again. Good luck with the preps for Watkins Glen. Is it a favorite track of yours or not at all? Because I feel like you either hate it or you love it.
bit in the middle. I had really good race on it and really bad race, so we will see.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's going to be a draft, the Slipstream Fest again in the F4, so
yeah, perfect.
we will make it work probably.
Looking forward to it again. Let's see each other again in 2 weeks. Good luck and see you there.
Yeah, see you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
All right. 4 very exciting races tonight. 2 wet races, 2 dry races. Lots of battles to watch in all races. Super exciting night. Much looking forward to the next 2 rounds. And then I hope to see you all soon in 2 weeks. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.